Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. I'm Mysterious JG. Getting a little bit ahead because I think I just finished a weekend's worth of uploads and I'm starting in on weekend 2 of this series without having gotten any feedback yet. But so far, I mean, the feedback I fear the most is probably people complaining that we've made it too easy. Uh, because I've been shocked at how well it's gone so far. And I'm quite pleased that we took over Hokuchi Castle. I think the biggest threat right now is actually the Kono clan because they have not been participating in these endless fights between us and the Miyoshi and are more likely than the Miyoshi to be ready to mount an attack. But at this point, things are going good. I don't think their AI is going to be as aggressive as the Miyoshi. And I hope that things are going to continue to go well. We need a bit more gold to get a port going. I do not think we want to attack Shōzui Castle right now because I think it is a little too far removed to be easily supportable in our little tight network of central Shikoku castles. So much depends on what happens immediately. The Murakami clan has fallen to Takeda, so that's going to wreck some plot events. We've added an onsen. Apparently, their waters work wonders on wounds, so I'm confident the springs will help our soldiers recuperate. Hot Springs Therapy level 1 is available. We could do a rumor about Yukikage Kagawa. Don't think I care. We can appease a tribe. Don't think we care just yet. We definitely want to add a port. Let us do that right away.
Acknowledged.
We can get a hot spring. So this is going to make our soldiers recover faster and feels expensive now. Eventually it will feel pretty darn cheap, but it feels a bit expensive now. Defensive infrastructure would be more valuable to us, in my mind, if we hadn't just kind of mopped the floor with the Miyoshi. And when I say mop the floor, I mean we kind of barely won 2 big battles. If you count all those little miniature battles that led to us seizing a castle as one big battle, and us going back and forth and defending our territory, another big battle. But I definitely want to get some, depending on labor, no labor consumption, addition speed plus. What we really need to get is system reform 1, 2, because our system reform is system reform 2. System reform 2 is going to enable us to do different types of bases, which is eventually, I think, going to be of use. But system reform 1, we need to get system reform level 2. And we don't have enough prestige. But it's super cheap. I wish I knew exactly how much prestige is needed. $75. We have 20. How am I going to go about getting more prestige? We need to get a title from the Shōgun.
I wonder what this is about.
And nothing has been available to us. I mean, I guess all I can do is keep expanding until one of these is available to us. Mikawa, Owari. country. Country is Tosa. That's our starting country. All right. This is in Tosa. That is Tosa. Please tell me this is not Tosa. It is Awa. Okay, that's good. That is Awa. That is Io. This might be what's preventing it. That's Tosa. Okay. So what I didn't realize, and we spent precious gold building up a relationship with this clan, but we actually need to attack them next after all. I was thinking we needed to take Kawanoe next. Probably we really need to take Nakamura next, because then we will hold Tosa. And I think we need to take Tosa so that we can get a title from the Shōgun.
Out with it.
Out with it. Well, thank you. That's a little rude. Let's make sure there is a title available for taking all of the castles in Tosa. I would assume there is. Yeah, okay. So if we become the Tosa Shogu, the Tosa Shugo, rather, we will have an inn at the Imperial Court, and we can use that to start advancing politically. So, in fact, we get 3,000 troops here and 4,800 here. What we really need to do is build up Okuchi and Aki and keep troops there and take Nakamura and make ourselves the Tosa Shogu. And that is the real deal, Bill McNeil. All right. To that end, I was going to get another policy. We don't have enough prestige for this one. Unlock Shooting Gallery Edition. Okay, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to finish that port, and then we're going to get marine transport, because that's going to give us more food libraries. And probably after that, we're going to want to get irrigation maintenance going. I want to get some cheap policies, because the number of policies you actually have does something that I'm not quite seeing now that I say that. All right, but let's hold on to our cash for right this moment. Honestly, what does a peace tribe cost? Peace tribe is 1,000 gold, so we're not doing that.
What does this concern?
So let's write that off as a decision that made some sense at the time. It would have been, because in theory we could have quick formed an alliance and asked them for help if we were attacked. But at this point, 60 to get an alliance would leave us with 18, which wouldn't be enough for reinforcement. They have so much more prestige than us, and I really don't understand exactly why. So we're going to just stop giving them gold and sit on 78 trust, and if anything comes of it before we get a chance to attack them, so be it, but I kind of doubt it will. Now these guys, in plot terms, I think So obviously we've broken the plot completely, but this was the clan that had helped Kunichika as a child to stay alive, and Motochika and his brothers had to sort of play some careful games of Japanese etiquette and honor code in order to justify attacking them. But basically, Motochika said, like, you know, the grandfather of their current ruler saved my father when he was a boy, and I owe them nothing. Therefore, I'm going to attack, and it's for the good of Shikoku because I'm going to be a better ruler anyway. That's kind of where that all went. Let's do a thing that I'm seldom doing. Just to make this a less appealing target. We'll tear it down later, but for now,
Consider it taken care of.
let's get an arrow tower up here. And that spends the money that I could have spent on raising these guys, but we're not getting rid of enough of their supplies to prevent them from defending themselves. We're just going to have to overpower them. The trade port is complete too. And even without the additional policy being available, we were already at a place where that was giving us more cash monies. This will be why can't I use any of these guys? Okay, they're not high enough station. Alright, never mind. I was going to try to use it to give additional deeds to people, but we might as well just use the people who are actually allowed to do it, who are the ones who don't need especially need more deeds. Oh, let him finish his crappy garden that we don't need. Yeah, just let them finish all this nonsense. And when I've got money again, I will buy probably harvest stuff up here and then cash money stuff. Bestow. Our clan has fought a great many battles. Would be a good, yeah, good idea. If I got more people that could use honor titles, the daimyo alias, we can make him Kunichika the Brave. Agman Marand is going to be primarily a warrior, so let's make him a warrior.
I couldn't dream of a happiness
Warrior, something on the bad street. I can't remember the lyrics of that song. Grimmith probably needs to not be given this title and probably needs to become a civil. Probably needs to get a civil title. Kazuhiro Sama Desu, on the other hand, battle would be perfect for him. The bloody-handed battle would be perfect for him. In theory, Occupy would be good for some of these guys. And you... I got 7 letters left. I might as well give him this one. I need to pick. The next time I have a bunch of choices to make, I should throw some Occupy around, although I generally find battle more useful. Occupy helps when you're on offense. Battle helps anytime you're in combat. So, that's my logic. We have 1,500 now, so I can probably build an irrigation canal up here. And I've got... I guess Earl King also has the special power to build stuff at level 2. So I've kind of allowed a lot of that to happen. It's really useful. I do feel like it's a bit of cheating, though, to have this many characters with it. Oda clan have fallen to the Hojo clan. I keep seeing that and pausing the game. There's a little Oda... There's a little clan called Oda that is not the same as the clan that Nobunaga comes from that's hanging around in, like, the Kanto. Marine transport level 1 policy has been issued. This will further improve the condition of the clan. I've thought up a short-term goal that would help boost morale for even our mundane, everyday tasks. Instead of haphazardly extending our domain, I think setting a clear target to boost morale would serve us better. What do you think of setting a goal? Controlling 501 castles within 9 months. Agreed. Incite on Kawanoe makes sense, except that we just changed our plan. Sneak attack on Kawanoe makes sense, except that we just changed our plan. I think what I want to do is... set this as our... But that unselects them. So this will, they will know I'm doing this and be like, hey, what the hell? The time for war has come. We will take Nakamura Palace. Quickly, prepare yourselves to march. And that will make our combat stuff even better than it already is, because it's already freaking amazeballs. So irrigation canal complete. Let's get another. And then we'll build a trading town, and eventually we will tear down that arrow tower and build probably a second trading town.
Leave this to me.
And I just spent all the money, so I can't clear the farmland. Boo. Sheena and the Date have an alliance. That's nice. I am a little curious about what's going on between those two, because they formed a truce and an alliance. Oh, sorry, their alliance finished, and now they have a truce. So this is probably an alliance that existed before the game started. Alright, let's clear that farmland. We will have Motori Hatayama do it because he is still a chief.
Understood.
And needs some deeds. Various people are becoming Shugos. It'll be us soon enough. Okay, so this is... I do not want... Hold on. So we do not want Oda Sute, and we do not want Earl King. Well, how do I unselect them then?
We'll return to the castle.
Returning to the castle.
Okay.
With me, the lot of you.
So we've got tribes attacking and joining in. But we've also got hearsay. Let's stop and listen to that. I recently learned of an incident concerning the Ashikaga clan. Shall I report the details? Sure. The appointment of the 13th Shogun. Oh no, don't tell me we're about to lose our Shogun that we just buttered up. Going into the Sengoku period, the system in which the Kanrai performed civil duties to support the Shogun had fallen apart. The Shogun Ashikaga clan and the clan of the Kanrai, the Hosokawa, grew divided. Divided into two? Following the split, the 12th Shogun Yoshiharu Ashikaga was forced to come and go from the capital multiple times, embroiled in battle with numerous, sorry about that, opponents. Ooh, sorry, just had dinner. Nice dinner, lovely steak dinner. Appears that some of it's coming back up in belch form. In this year, the fight between Haramoto and Uritsuna over who would take over the Hosokawa Kaicho clan intensified into a war so fierce that Yoshiharu was forced once again to flee the capital. Yoshiharu, along with his eldest son Kikudomaru, fled to Omi's Kutsukidani by way of Tanba. There, Kikudomaru came of age and took the name Yoshifuji. Yoshiharu was only 11 years of age when he first became shogun, and ruled for a quarter of a century. Tired of the constant fighting, he had no desire to be shogun any longer. Yoshiharu gave his son, who also came of age at 11, his seat as shogun. Thus, Yoshifuji became the 13th shogun of the Muromachi shogunate. Lord Yoshifuji, please accept my congratulations on your appointment as shogun. Oh, Fujitaka, we are friends, you know. You don't have to speak so formally. That's the voice I just gave the Kanto Kanrai. But he has a bit of that. Oh, Fujitaka, we're friends, you know. You don't have to speak so formally. Never mind that. I hope you'll work tirelessly for the good of our land and shogunate. Yes, I should do all I can. Fujitaka, it was my father's dream, as it is mine, to return the shogunate to its former glory. But that dream was not made a reality. Do you know why that is? Why, my lord? Simple, elect strength. The strength to cut down the enemies of the shogunate. Strength, you say? Actually, I think it's this guy's son or younger brother who really should have the goofy voice, but I've given it to him now. In this world, those without strength are doomed to die. That's why I've been learning the way of the blade with you. Of course, being able to use a sword is not enough to strengthen the shogunate. The shogunate first and foremost requires a powerful shogun to keep the houses in line. I agree, my lord. I will become a powerful shogun and return the shogunate to its former glory. I promise you this, Fujitaka. I think the clan is intact. I think we're okay. I don't think the diplomacy we did is wasted here, because I think the same clan as the shogun. It just has a different clan head now.
I shall see it done.
I, Fujitaka, will support you even if it costs me my life. Or so I say. Not even strength can stop the decline of the shogunate now. Wow. It would likely be best to wait until a person of sufficient strength can be appointed a title, but I'm not the one to use such means. What should I do? Yoshiharu Ashikaga gave up his position as shogun, not only because Yoshifuji had come of age. It is thought that he wished to raise his son with the intent of giving him the seat of shogun before he became old. Yoshifuji would go on to study under Bokuden Tsukahara, developing sword skills never before seen in a shogun. However, this led to him to overestimate his strength, putting the shogunate in further danger. Yoshifuji Ashikaga succeeds Yoshiharu Ashikaga as daimyo. Hosokawa clan occupies Nijo Palace. Yoshifuji Ashikaga is appointed as the Sei Shogun.
What does this concern?
Okay, we still have 100 trust. That's the main thing. All right, folks. Let's enjoy the trust of the Shogun and call it a video. When we come back next time, we will be laying siege to a place that I'd kind of penciled in earlier as a place that we would leave alone for a while, maybe even make an ally that could aid us if we were attacked. But instead, upon realizing that we're not going to start really getting prestige without getting a court title, and we can't get a court title without getting a title from the Shogun for ruling a region, because we can't get a seat at the Imperial Court without receiving a title through the shogunate military side of things. Sorry, guys who saved not our dad, but us. Like, it's Motochika's father. Like, sorry, clan who saved Kunachika in his youth. You have to go. Thanks for watching, guys.